Okay, so whenever people talk about immigration, they usually talk about the exciting parts, right? The visa finally coming through, the new job, buying your first car, buying your first home, and building a better life. And yes, those things are real and they matter. I'm not taking anything away from that. But after a long time of living away from the place I call my original home, I've realized there's a part of this journey that almost nobody talks about. And it's not the paperwork. It's not the paperwork. The paperwork is stressful, but it's not the hardest part. It's not even the money, which, trust me, the money is its own whole different conversation. The hardest part for me has been something a little quieter than that. It's the emotional journey of becoming someone new while still carrying the person that you used to be. If you're new here, I'm Christina, and like a lot of you watching this, I left a familiar world behind to go build a life somewhere else. I've lived this more than once now, multiple times actually, multiple moves, multiple countries and times starting from zero. And every single time I learn a little more about what this actually costs, not just money wise, but inside. Immigration teaches you to be resilient, to be independent. It teaches you a kind of courage you didn't know until you had you had no option, until you needed it. But it also comes with things that people on the outside just don't see. So today I want to get into some of the hardest parts of being an immigrant, the parts I wish someone had told me before I started my journey. The first one is loneliness, and I don't think people expect this one. You can be surrounded by people, new friends, co-workers, a whole community even, and you still feel like nobody actually knows you because it doesn't feel like home, not the way the people back home used to know you. You miss the family gatherings you're not there for anymore. You miss the random unannounced visits from an aunt or a cousin. You miss being able to speak your own language without having to translate yourself or to explain the joke or soften the accent. You start building a new life piece by piece. But there's a part of your heart that's still, back there somewhere, still remembering the old one. And I don't think that ever fully goes away. I think you just learn to carry it differently. The second thing is pressure. And this one is heavier than people realize. When you move to another country, there is this assumption from people back home, especially, your people. Yeah, let's just say people back home. So they think that you've already made it. That's just how it looks from the outside. And they see the pictures, you see, they see the milestones, the opportunities, the the new life. What they don't see is what it took you to get there. They don't see the nights you were, exhausted and still had to figure it out because there was no one else to call. They don't see you sitting with the problem completely alone. No family down the street to help. They don't see the moments you wanted to quit but kept going anyway, because you didn't just come this far to turn back. That pressure is real. Oh, I was thinking, okay, I thought I didn't have my microphone. So a lot of us carry that pressure with us quietly. The third thing, and this one took me years to actually understand, is what it does to your identity. Immigration doesn't just move your body, it changes how you see yourself. You end up connected to more than one place. You're carrying memories from where you came from, but you're also being shaped every single day by where you are now. And some days that feels amazing, like you belong everywhere. And other days, it feels like the opposite, like you don't truly belong anywhere. But here's what I've come to believe. And it took time to get here, being from more than one place. It's not a weakness. It's not something broken in you. It's a gift. It really is. Then there's this whole other layer. If you're doing this with kids, I started by not doing this with kids, and then kids came along the way. And now you're just not building a life for yourself. You're trying to give your children opportunities, real ones, while also making sure they don't lose where they came from. You want them to understand the sacrifices that got them here. And often the ones they were too young to remember. You want them to know their roots, their language, their people, while still fully embracing the world they're actually growing up in. And that balance is hard, I'm telling you. I'm living with it right now. And some days I feel like I'm getting it right. And some days I really don't, but I keep trying because I think it matters more than almost anything else I'm doing. But, and this is important, despite everything I just said, immigration also gives you something you cannot put a price on. It teaches you that you're stronger than you thought you were. It shows you in real time that you can start over, that you have started over more than once and survived it. And it reminds you that home is not just a place on a map. Sometimes home is the people you love. It's the memories you carry with you no matter where you land. It's who you become through all of it. So if you're an immigrant watching this right now, I want you to know your journey matters. All of it, not just the parts that look good in the photos. The sacrifices you made, the things you had to figure out on your own, the courage it took to start again in a place that did not know your name yet. That's a story worth telling. That's why I decided to tell my story now. And if you're thinking about immigrating one day, I want you to hold this. Hold on to it. A new country can absolutely give you opportunities, but the biggest transformation isn't going to happen out there. It's going to happen in you, within you. Trust God, take it one step at a time, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, our Bible verse for today is Joshua chapter 1, verse 19. It says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you whenever you go." Guys, please don't forget to subscribe, share with your friends, like, and comment. Thank you so much. Bye.